All right, this is going to be a little hodgepodge of some more techniques for getting Chimera project done. And so I just really quickly, lazily knocked out this part of a raccoon's head to put on this command. The first images I pretty much found. I don't know that I'd use them. But what you have to do is you have to actually put this animal together so it's not just a head plopped on. We want to actually integrate this smoothly. Well, how can we do that? So first of all, let me apply this layer mask. Well, we could try first just simply taking a very soft eraser, right? And maybe, you know, kind of craft this in here so that the transition starts getting smooth. Now, obviously, I would have to actually, you know, try to make this get in here. Obviously, you want to take your time. Some more things that you could do is there's this little smudge tool. So if I wanted to get the hair coming in, I could take that smudge tool and kind of make, well, it's hard to see on this here, but I'll make it real small, and I could just, you know, smudge these hairs in, is basically what I could start doing. But now, like, the animal just goes from one color to another. That's not cool. Well, we have two choices. What do we want to do? Do we want to make this raccoon start having this color and texture, or at the very least, or do we want the chameleon to have the color? Well, let's start with the color. So all I'm going to do is I went to the eyedropper tool, and the eyedropper tool will sample a color. So I'm just going to sample a color from my raccoon, right? It should be like a grayish brown. And I'm going to select my brush tool. And now brushes also have layer blending modes. So the one I'd probably want is hue, right? So I'd take that, and on my chameleon, and I'd probably make a copy just to make sure in case I didn't like it. Start coloring it. Now you see it's a little too bright. It's only really making it yellower. Let's see what happens if I use color. There we go. Color is working better than hue. So I'll do that, right? And so now we're starting to get something that's looking a little better. But what if we wanted to go the opposite way? So let's turn that bad boy off. And let me just make another copy. Put that up top. We could actually use the clone brush with those layer blending modes. So here's the clone stamp, and up here we have various ones. I think the best one for this would probably be overlay. I'm going to use overlay, and I'm going to sample on our, well, first of all, I need to be on the raccoon layer. I need to make sure I have current and below, because right, I'm on this one, and I'm going to sample on our chameleon, and then I'm going to see what happened there. Okay, so that was terrible. So let's see what the problem is here. I've got my chameleon. Let's go to soft light. It doesn't look like the that's not working well there. Let's go to current and below. Let's bring the opacity down. Let's bring it to, geez, overlay is the one I always use. I don't know why it's not looking right. Oh, there we go. It's starting to look a little better. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and make that softer and start to bring that in there. So again, this one's a little harder to do. You're going to really have to play around. Overlay usually works a little better. I don't know why it's not working as well here. I'm looking for any issues. Overlay and soft light are probably going to be the best for these. You might have some luck in these ones up here. Obviously, you wouldn't use these right here. I mean, we could try, we could try any of these, right? We don't know what'll work. So let me go back in time here. Because, right, I should have probably made a copy just to stash. Turned it off. Sample from right here, right, and start, there we're getting something happening there. So you see, it's just really just a matter of finding for your particular image what's going to work for what you're trying to do. Now, obviously, on this one, right, if you have some of your chameleon left over, you're going to have to go ahead and use that same thing to get rid of, right, and make sure you put it back to normal, right, and let's try to make sure that we are back here, right? So again, it's always just managing your layers, making sure you reset things. I'm like, why is this not working this way, right? So trying to make sure that you can, right, playing with different opacities, making sure that you get it so that it is, you know, as realistic as possible. Now, this isn't very realistic. I obviously don't want to sit here and make you watch on the video, you know, me doing this for an hour to make it realistic. But those are the basic things that you could use to help start putting together your animal to make a chimera. Remember that the key is trying to make it look as realistic as possible. Now, I forgot that there was arms here. I took out the arms. Again, I'm just doing this run and gun. But you should take your time with it. This is going to take you a while. This might be one of the longest exercises that we have. But again, it's really more about time than anything, and time to master these tools and select what you need to select. I think I've given you everything you need. So go ahead and make an abomination of nature.